In the bustling colony of Nuvoria, nestled among vibrant green hills and sparkling rivers, humans had carved out a cozy life. The air was filled with the sweet aroma of baked goods thanks to Jenna, a talented baker known for her delicious treats. Her small bakery was the heart of the colony, where neighbors gathered to share stories and laughter over warm cookies and pastries. One sunny morning, as Jenna prepared for the day ahead, she stumbled upon an old recipe book hidden in the back of her pantry. Dust danced in the sunlight as she opened the worn pages and found a faded recipe titled Cosmic Cookies. According to the notes, these cookies were said to enhance the abilities of anyone who ate them, making them stronger, smarter, and more charismatic. Intrigued, Jenna decided she had to try making them as she gathered the ingredients: flour, sugar, a hint of stardust, and a secret blend of spices. She felt a surge of excitement. The recipe required special ingredients sourced from different planets, but she had just enough to make a small batch. Mixing the dough, she hummed a tune, imagining how her cookies could bring joy to everyone in the colony. Later that day, a buzz of excitement filled the air as the news spread that an alien ambassador, Zelok, was visiting Nuvoria for trade talks. Zelok belonged to a species known for their wisdom and strength. The colony leaders hoped to establish a partnership that would benefit both humans and aliens. Jenna knew this was the perfect opportunity to present her cosmic cookies as a gesture of goodwill. When the time came for the banquet, Jenna arrived at the grand hall, her heart pounding with nervousness. The room was decorated with shimmering lights and colorful banners, filled with delegates from different planets. Jenna placed her tray of cookies at the center of the table, a dazzling display of golden brown treats sprinkled with iridescent sugar. As the meal began, Zelok, a tall figure with shimmering blue skin and bright eyes, approached the cookies. He took one, examining it curiously before taking a big bite. The room fell silent as he chewed, and then his expression changed. A smile spread across his face, and he quickly reached for another. Jenna watched in awe as Zelok continued to eat cookie after cookie, each bite seeming to charge him with energy. Suddenly, Zelok stood up, his demeanor transformed. He began to speak with an enthusiasm that captivated everyone in the room. Diplomatic skills soared, and he quickly started negotiating trade agreements with wild ideas and promises. The other delegates exchanged confused glances, unsure of how to respond to the ambassador's sudden exuberance. Jenna couldn't believe what was happening. Her cookies were making Zelok more charming and persuasive than anyone had ever seen. As he continued to talk, the deals he proposed became increasingly outlandish. He suggested that Nuvoria trade cookies for rare gemstones, and that every human should receive a personal spaceship as a thank you for their hospitality. As the evening progressed, Jenna realized that her cookies had created a delightful chaos. The banquet hall buzzed with laughter and chatter, but there was a hint of confusion as delegates tried to keep up with Zelok's rapid-fire negotiations. Jenna felt a mix of pride and concern. She never intended for her baking to cause such a stir. After the banquet, Zelok approached Jenna, still beaming with energy. "Your cookies are incredible. I have never experienced such flavor and joy. We must share them with the galaxy," he declared, his enthusiasm infectious. Jenna smiled, feeling her heart swell with happiness at the thought of her cookies uniting different worlds. Little did Jenna know that her simple baking had set off a chain reaction. As word spread about the cosmic cookies, the galaxy would soon come knocking on Nuvoria's door, eager to taste the treats that had sparked such excitement. What had started as a small baking experiment was about to turn into a grand adventure, one that would lead to unexpected challenges, friendships, and delightful chaos in the days to come. As the sun rose over Nuvoria, the excitement from the banquet still lingered in the air. Jenna woke up to the sounds of chatter and laughter outside her bakery. She quickly realized that the news of her cosmic cookies had spread far beyond the colony. Curious visitors from neighboring planets were already lining up outside her door. Eager to taste the treats that had caused such a stir, Jenna rushed to prepare for the day. She mixed dough and shaped cookies, her mind racing with thoughts of the previous night's events. Zelok's enthusiasm had been contagious, and she couldn't help but feel proud of how her baking had made a difference. A twinge of worry What if the cookies really did enhance the abilities of those who ate them? Would they cause chaos again? As she placed the first batch of cookies in the oven, a group of colorful aliens entered her bakery. They were small, with bright plumage and wide, curious eyes. One of them, who seemed to be the leader, approached Jenna with a friendly smile. "We heard about your cookies. Traveled far from the planet Floria just to taste them. Can we have some?" Jenna smiled back, her heart warming at their enthusiasm. "Of course. I'll make you all a fresh batch." She quickly got to work, mixing ingredients and sharing stories with the visitors about her baking adventures. The aliens were fascinated by her tales and eagerly helped her prepare the cookies as the cookies baked. Jenna noticed that more and more visitors were arriving. News of the cosmic cookies had created a frenzy. A group of tall, green-skinned aliens from the planet Gromac entered, then followed by a trio of fluffy four-eyed creatures from the nearby moon of Tula. Each group brought gifts and stories of their home worlds, all eager to trade for Jenna's famous cookies. Just as Jenna was about to serve the first batch, a loud commotion erupted outside. She rushed to the door and saw a group of intimidating figures, agents from Galactic Confectioners, the powerful corporation that dominated the galaxy's food market. They were known for their ruthless tactics and would stop at nothing to control the cookie craze that Jenna had unknowingly started. The leader of the agents, a tall, stern-looking alien with sharp features, stepped forward. "We've come for the recipe," he demanded, his voice cold. "You will hand it over or face the consequences." Jenna felt her heart race. She had never intended for her cookies to attract the attention of such powerful beings. I can't just give it to you. It's my creation," she stammered. Feeling a mix of fear and determination, the agent sneered. "You misunderstand. We can make you a star, or we can ruin you. Your choice." He gestured to his team, who loomed behind him, their presence intimidating. Thinking quickly, Jenna realized she needed to protect her recipe and her bakery. "How about a deal?" she proposed. "If you want the cookies, you'll have to compete. For them, I'll host a cookie tournament. The winner can have the recipe, and if you lose, you leave Nuvoria for good." The agents exchanged glances, surprised by her boldness. After a moment of silence, the leader nodded. "Very well. We accept your challenge, but don't think it will be easy." With the terms set, Jenna felt a rush of adrenaline. She had to prepare for the tournament, and she needed help. She quickly gathered her friends, including Xylock, who was still buzzing with energy from the banquet. Jenna shared her plan with them, and they all agreed to assist her. "We need to make this tournament special," Xylock said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Let's invite everyone. This can be a celebration of our cultures, not just a competition." Jenna loved the idea. They spent the next few days preparing for the event, decorating the bakery and spreading the word throughout the colony. As the tournament day approached, excitement built among the participants. Different species began to arrive, each eager to showcase their own baking styles and flavors. On the day of the tournament, the bakery was filled with laughter and the delicious smell of cookies baking. Jenna felt a mix of nerves and excitement as she prepared for the challenges ahead. This was not just a battle for her recipe. It was a chance to bring everyone together, to celebrate creativity, and to show that a simple cookie could unite the galaxy. Little did Jenna know. The tournament would bring not only new friendships, but also unexpected twists that would change everything. The day of the cookie tournament arrived, and the atmosphere in Nuvoria was electric. Colorful banners fluttered in the gentle breeze, and the scent of freshly baked cookies filled the air. Jenna stood in front of her bakery, her heart racing. With excitement and nervousness, she had put so much effort into organizing this event. And now it was finally happening. As the sun rose higher in the sky, participants began to gather. Creatures from all over the galaxy filled the square, each bringing their own unique baking traditions. There were the Florians with their bright flower-shaped pastries, the Gromakians who specialized in spicy cookies, and the fluffy Tulians, who had a knack for sweet, creamy treats. Jenna felt a wave of warmth as she watched everyone come together, united by their love of baking. Aylock, the alien ambassador, stood beside her, his eyes shining with excitement. This is amazing, Jenna. Look at all the different species coming together. You've created something special here. Jenna smiled, feeling inspired by his words. I just wanted everyone to enjoy themselves. Let's make this a fun celebration. The tournament began. Jenna explained the rules. Each participant would have a chance to showcase their best cookie, and a panel of judges, including Xyloch, would taste and score them based on creativity, flavor, and presentation. The winner would receive not only the coveted recipe for cosmic cookies, but also the chance to collaborate with Jenna on a new baking venture. The first contestant was a tall V-conned, elegant creature from Floria who presented her flower-shaped cookies, adorned with edible glitter. The judges took bites, and their eyes widened in delight as they tasted the unique flavors. Cheers erupted from the crowd, encouraging the contestants to give their best. Next came a group of Gromachines, who prepared a batch of spicy cookies infused with exotic spices. The judges braced themselves for the heat, and as they bit into the cookies, they were met with an explosion of flavors. Laughter filled the air as some judges reached for water to cool their tongues as the contest continued. Jenna felt a sense of community blossoming. The participants shared stories of their home worlds and their baking techniques, forging new friendships and connections. Jenna even learned a few new recipes, which excited her to expand her baking repertoire. Then it was time for the Tulians to present their cookies. They brought forth fluffy, cream-filled treats that looked like little clouds. As the judges took their first bites, their faces lit up with joy. The sweetness was unlike anything they had tasted before, and the crowd erupted in applause. But, as the tournament progressed, Jenna noticed a group of galactic confectioners lurking around the edges of the event. Their presence made her uneasy. They watched the competition closely, whispering among themselves. Jenna knew they were still interested in the cosmic cookie recipe, and that made her nervous. The final round of the tournament arrived, and Jenna felt the excitement build. She had saved her own cookies for last, wanting to showcase her best creation. With Xyloch and the other judges watching closely, she presented her cosmic cookies, now made with a new twist and infusion of flavors inspired by the participants' contributions. As Jenna placed the cookies on the table, she held her breath. The judges each took a bite, their expressions serious. For a moment, silence filled the air as everyone waited anxiously for their reaction. Then Xyloch's face broke into a wide smile. These are incredible. The flavors blend so well together. Cheers erupted from the crowd, and Jenna felt a wave of relief wash over her. She had poured her heart into these cookies, and it seemed to have paid off. After the final round of tasting, the judges deliberated, and the excitement in the air grew. Finally, Xyloch stepped forward to announce the winner. This tournament has shown us the beauty of our diversity and the power of creativity. The winner of this year's cookie tournament is Jenna for her cosmic cookies. The crowd erupted into applause, and Jenna's heart soared. Everyone cheered for her, but she quickly turned the spotlight back to the other participants. Thank you, but I couldn't have done this without all of you. Celebrate everyone's creativity together. As the festivities continued, Jenna felt a deep sense of happiness. The tournament had not only showcased her baking skills, but it also strengthened the bonds between different species. She realized that her cookies had brought more than just flavor they had created. Friendships and a sense of community across the galaxy. Little did she know that the galactic confectioners were not done yet, and their next move would test everything she had built. But for now, Jenna chose to celebrate, surrounded by new friends and the joy of baking that had united them all. The cookie tournament had ended in joy and celebration, but as the sun set over Nuvoria, a shadow loomed on the horizon. The galactic confectioners who had watched the festivities from a distance were not pleased with the outcome. They had come to take control of the cosmic cookie recipe, and Jenna sensed their plans were far from over. In the days that followed the tournament, Jenna and her friends worked tirelessly to keep the bakery thriving. They welcomed visitors from all over the galaxy, sharing stories, laughter, and of course, cookies. Jenna felt fulfilled, but she couldn't shake the feeling that danger was still lurking nearby. One afternoon, as Jenna was preparing a fresh batch of cookies, Xyloch entered the bakery with a serious look on his face. Jenna, We need to talk. I've heard some troubling news about the Galactic Confectioners. They are planning to take action against you. Jenna's heart sank. What do you mean? What are they going to do? They want your recipe, and they're not going to ask nicely, Xylock explained. I've heard rumors that they're organizing a raid to seize your bakery and the cosmic cookie recipe. Jenna felt a wave of fear wash over her. But I thought the tournament showed them that our community is strong. Why would they do this? Xylock nodded. They don't care about community, they care about profit. If they can control the recipe, they will make a fortune selling cosmic cookies across the galaxy. Determined not to let that happen, Jenna rallied her friends. We need to protect our bakery and our recipe. We can't let them take what we've built together. As the group brainstormed ideas, they realized they needed a plan. We should create a distraction during their raid, suggested Mira, a clever diplomat who had joined Jenna's team. If we can keep them busy, we can protect the recipe and the bakery. They decided to host a special event that would draw attention away from the bakery. Jenna and her friends planned a cosmic cookie festival, inviting all the residents of Nuvoria and neighboring planets. The festival would showcase not only Jenna's cookies, but also the unique baking styles of other participants. As the day of the festival approached, Jenna felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She worked day and night, perfecting her recipes and organizing activities. Xylock helped spread the word, using his connections to invite as many guests as possible. They set up booths for various alien species to showcase their baking, and soon, the whole square was filled with colorful decorations and delicious smells. On the day of the festival, the atmosphere was electric. Creatures from all over the galaxy arrived, eager to enjoy the treats and festivities. Laughter and music filled the air as people danced, shared stories, and indulged in the many baked goods on display. Jenna felt a sense of pride as she watched. Everyone come together, united by their love of cookies. But in the midst of the celebration, Jenna's heart raced as she spotted the Galactic Confectioners lurking at the edge of the crowd. The agents were dressed in dark uniforms, observing the festival with cold, calculating eyes. Jenna knew they were waiting for the right moment to strike. Just as Jenna feared the worst, the festival took a turn for the better. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a group of children from Nuvoria burst onto the stage, excitedly performing a dance they had practiced for weeks. Their laughter and joy captivated the crowd. Even the Galactic Confectioners appeared momentarily distracted. Seizing the opportunity, Jenna and her friends quickly gathered the remaining cookies and ingredients, hiding them in a secret cellar beneath the bakery. They knew they had to protect their secrets at all costs. As the children finished their performance, the crowd erupted in cheers, creating a perfect diversion. But just as Jenna thought they might be safe, the Galactic Confectioners made their move. Their leader, the stern alien from before, stepped forward, demanding attention. This festival is over. We're here for the cosmic cookie recipe, and we will take it by force if necessary. The crowd fell silent, tension hanging in the air. Jenna stepped forward, heart pounding. You can't take our recipe. It belongs to everyone who has worked together to create something special. We won't let you ruin what we've built. Xylock stood beside her, his presence strong and reassuring. This community is united. We will not allow anyone to take what is rightfully ours. The Galactic Confectioners exchanged glances, realizing they were outnumbered. The spirit of the festival had brought everyone together, and the crowd began to chant, "Cookies for all! Cookies for all!" In that moment, Jenna felt a surge of hope. The Galactic Confectioners were not prepared for the strength of a united community. With their plans thwarted, the agents retreated, vowing to return another day. But for now, Jenna and her friends had successfully protected their bakery and their recipe. As the festival continued, Jenna felt a renewed sense of determination. Together they had shown that love and collaboration could overcome even the greatest challenges. The Cosmic Cookie Festival would become an annual event, celebrating not just cookies, but the bonds that held their community together. And Jenna knew that as long as they stood united, they could face anything that came their way. After the successful Cosmic Cookie Festival, Jenna felt a renewed sense of hope and purpose. The community had come together to protect their bakery. She was grateful for the friendships that had blossomed through their shared love of baking. But deep down, she knew that the threat from the galactic confectioners was not over. They would likely return, and she needed to be prepared. As the days passed, Jenna and her friends continued to work at the bakery, serving customers and experimenting with new recipes. They also brainstormed ways to strengthen their community and protect the recipe for cosmic cookies. Xyloc, ever the diplomat, suggested they create a galactic baking coalition, bringing together bakers from all species to share knowledge and support one another. Jenna loved the idea. If we form a coalition, we can protect our recipes together. We can also learn from one another and create even more delicious treats. Everyone agreed, and they began to reach out to other bakers across the galaxy. Word spread quickly, and soon bakers from various planets began to arrive in Nuvoria for the coalition's first meeting. The bakery was filled with excitement as Jenna welcomed visitors from Floria, Gromac, Tula, and many more. Each baker brought unique ingredients and techniques. Eager to share their culture through food, the meeting began with introductions and stories about their baking traditions. A baker from Floria shared how they used local flours to create fragrant pastries, while a Gromecan showcased spicy cookies made with exotic spices. Jenna listened intently, taking notes and dreaming of new recipes that could come from this collaboration. As the discussions continued, Jenna proposed an idea that excited everyone. What if we held a bake-off? Each baker can create a dish that represents their culture, and we can all vote for our favorite. This will also help us raise awareness about the coalition. Everyone cheered at the idea, and plans for the bake-off began to take shape. They decided to make it a grand event, inviting all the residents of Nuvoria and neighboring planets to come and taste the creations. The excitement grew as they set a date for the bake-off, and Jenna felt a sense of purpose as she prepared for the festivities. In the days leading up to the event, Jenna worked tirelessly alongside her new friends. They decorated the bakery with colorful banners, set up booths for each baking team, and baked countless cookies and treats to share with the community. As the day approached, the sense of camaraderie deepened, and Jenna felt a bond forming among the bakers. On the day of the bake-off, the sun shone brightly, and the square was filled with laughter and joy. The aroma of baked goods wafted through the air, drawing in crowds from every corner of the galaxy. Jenna felt a thrill of excitement as people began to sample the various treats. Each booth showcased a different baking style, and Jenna was amazed by the creativity on display. A group of Tulians had created cookies that looked like clouds, light and fluffy, while a Gromacian team offered cookies filled with spicy chocolate. The variety was endless, and the crowd cheered as they tasted each creation. As the day went on, Jenna noticed the galactic confectioners lurking at the edge of the event again. They seemed to be observing the bake-off with interest, and Jenna felt a knot of anxiety in her stomach. She knew they would be looking for an opportunity to take advantage of the chaos, just when she thought they might make their move. Xyloc stepped forward, addressing the crowd. This bake-off is not just about cookies. It's about community and unity. Together, we can create something beautiful that represents all of us. The crowd erupted in applause, and Jenna felt a surge of energy. But her heart raced as she spotted the galactic confectioners moving closer, their eyes narrowing with determination. Suddenly, the leader of the confectioners shouted, "You think this little event can stop us? We will take the cosmic cookie recipe, no matter what it takes." The crowd gasped, and Jenna stepped forward, her voice steady. "You can't take what isn't yours. This recipe belongs to our community, and we will protect it." Xyloc stood beside her, his presence strong and reassuring. "You may have power, but you lack the spirit of cooperation that we have here. We won't let you ruin this moment." The crowd rallied behind Jenna and Xyloc, chanting in unison, "Cookies for all, cookies for all." Their voices filled the air, drowning out the threats of the galactic confectioners. Seeing the unity and strength of the community, the galactic confectioners hesitated. They had not expected such a passionate response. With a final glare, the leader retreated, whispering to his team, "This isn't over." As they left, the crowd cheered for Jenna and Xyloc. The bake-off continued without further interruption, and the spirit of unity filled the air. Jenna knew that the coalition had become stronger, and together they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the bake-off a resounding success, Jenna felt a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. The Galactic Baking Coalition was not just a group, it was a family, united by their love of baking and their commitment to protect their shared heritage. And as they celebrated, Jenna realized that no matter what came next, they would face it together. The success of the bake-off had brought the Galactic Baking Coalition closer together, and Jenna felt a renewed sense of hope. The community was stronger than ever, united by their love of baking and their determination to protect their recipes. But deep down, she knew that the threat from the Galactic Confectioners was still looming. They had retreated, but they would not give up easily. As the days passed, Jenna and her friends continued to work in the bakery, enjoying the bustling crowds that came to sample their treats. The Galactic Baking Coalition had become a significant part of life in Nuvoria, with bakers collaborating, sharing recipes, and learning from one another. Jenna felt grateful for the friendships she had formed, and she was excited about the potential for even more creativity and innovation. One evening, as Jenna was closing the bakery, Zelok arrived with a serious expression on his face. "We need to discuss the Galactic Confectioners. They're planning something big, and we have to be ready." Jenna's heart raced. "What do you mean? What are they planning?" "I've heard rumors that they are organizing a competition of their own," Zelok explained. "They want to challenge us to a baking contest, but their goal is to discredit our coalition and take the cosmic cookie recipe for themselves." Jenna felt a mixture of fear and determination. "We can't let them do that. We've worked too hard to let them take everything away from us," Zelok nodded. "We need to accept the challenge and turn it into an opportunity. If we can show our strength and creativity, we can prove that the Galactic Baking Coalition is more than just a group of bakers. We are a community." Jenna agreed, and they quickly gathered their friends to discuss the plan. "We'll accept their challenge," Jenna announced. "But we will make this contest a celebration of our unity. We'll invite everyone to join us and showcase our best recipes." The group cheered, and preparations began immediately. They decided to host the contest in the heart of Nuvoria, turning it into a grand event that would draw in spectators from all over the galaxy. It would bake not only the cosmic cookies, but also other treats representing their diverse backgrounds. As the day of the contest approached, the excitement in Nuvoria grew. The Galactic Confectioners set up their booth, and Jenna could see their smug expressions as they prepared their extravagant display. They had brought in high-tech equipment and rare ingredients, determined to show off their superiority. But Jenna and her friends were undeterred. They worked tirelessly, mixing dough and creating unique cookies that combined flavors from different planets. They wanted to highlight the spirit of collaboration that had become the heart of their coalition. On the day of the contest, the square was filled with spectators, eager to witness the showdown. Jenna stood at her booth, surrounded by her friends, as the judges took their places. Zelok was there, ready to support her, and the energy in the air was electric. The contest began, and each team presented their creations. The Galactic Confectioners showcased their cookies, which were flashy and visually stunning, but something felt off. They lacked the warmth and creativity that Jenna and her friends poured into their baking. As Jenna's turn approached, she felt a mix of excitement and nerves. She stepped forward, presenting her cosmic cookies infused with flavors inspired by her coalition friends. "These cookies represent not only my creativity, but also the collaboration of many cultures coming together," she explained to the judges. The judges took a bite, and Jenna held her breath. Their eyes lit up with delight. They tasted the harmony of flavors and the love that had gone into each cookie. The crowd buzzed with excitement, cheering for Jenna and her friends. But just then, the leader of the Galactic Confectioners stepped forward, a smug look on his face. "This contest is a farce. You think you can win with your simple recipes? We have the best technology and resources. You're out of your league." Jenna felt her heart race. "This isn't just about technology. It's about heart and community. Our cookies are made with love, and that's what truly matters." The crowd erupted in cheers, rallying behind Jenna. They understood that the spirit of baking was about more than just ingredients. It was about passion and connection. The galactic confectioners were taken aback by the overwhelming support for Jenna and her coalition. As the contest continued, the judges deliberated. Jenna's heart pounded in her chest as they announced the results. The winner of the contest, for showcasing the true spirit of baking in community, is Jenna and the Galactic Baking Coalition. Cheers erupted, and Jenna felt a wave of relief and joy wash over her. They had not only defended their recipe, but had also shown that unity and creativity could triumph over greed. As the crowd celebrated, Jenna realized that this victory was not just about cookies. It was a testament to the power of friendship and collaboration, proving that together they could overcome any challenge that came their way. The Galactic Confectioners had been defeated, but more importantly, the bonds formed through baking had grown stronger than ever. The victory at the baking contest marked a turning point for Jenna and the Galactic Baking Coalition. The energy in Nuvoria was alive with celebration, and the community felt more united than ever. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the square, Jenna stood surrounded by friends, her heart filled with pride. After the contest, Zylock approached Jenna with a broad smile. "You did it. You showed everyone what true baking is all about. This victory is not just yours, it belongs to all of us." Jenna beamed back at him. "I couldn't have done it without everyone's support. This coalition means the world to me. Together, we've created something special." In the following weeks, the success of the contest continued to ripple through the galaxy. The Galactic Baking Coalition received messages of support from various planets, and bakers expressed their desire to join their ranks. Jenna felt a surge of excitement as they welcomed new members, expanding their community even further. One day, while Jenna was busy baking, a message arrived from the Galactic Council. They wanted to recognize the Galactic Baking Coalition for its contributions to interstellar unity and creativity. Jenna could hardly believe her eyes. "A ceremony?" she exclaimed. "This is incredible." Zylock was equally thrilled. "This is a chance for us to share our story with the galaxy, can show everyone how baking can bring people together." As preparations for the ceremony began, Jenna and her friends worked tirelessly to create a special display that showcased their diverse baking styles. They planned to prepare a giant cake that represented all the coalition's cultures. Using flavors and techniques from each member, on the day of the ceremony, the square was filled with excitement. Delegates from various planets arrived, eager to witness the event. Jenna stood nervously at the front, her heart racing as she took in the crowd. Zylock stood beside her, offering words of encouragement. The ceremony began with speeches from prominent leaders praising the coalition for its role in fostering unity. When it was Jenna's turn to speak, she felt a wave of determination wash over her. Baking is more than just mixing ingredients. It is about sharing love, culture, and stories. Our coalition represents the beauty of diversity, and together, we can create something extraordinary. As she spoke, Jenna noticed the crowd nodding in agreement, their faces filled with admiration. She felt a strong connection to everyone there, knowing they all shared a love for baking and community. After her speech, the giant cake was unveiled, a stunning masterpiece that reflected the colors and flavors of the coalition. The crowd gasped as they saw the intricate designs and smelled the delicious aroma. Jenna felt a rush of pride. This cake was a symbol of their hard work and dedication. As the first slice was served, delegates from different planets eagerly lined up to taste the creation. Each bite was met with cheers and applause, and Jenna watched with joy as people savored the flavors, each representing a different culture. But just as the celebration reached its peak, the atmosphere shifted. From the back of the crowd, a familiar figure emerged, the leader of the Galactic Confectioners. His expression was dark, and he raised a hand to silence the crowd. "This is outrageous," he shouted. "You think a simple cake can change the galaxy? We are the true masters of baking, and we will not allow this charade to continue." Jenna felt her heart sink, but she refused to let fear take over. "Our baking is not a charade. It's a celebration of our differences and our unity. You may have power, but you lack the spirit of community. The crowd rallied behind her, shouting in support. Cookies for all, unity through baking. Their voices echoed through the square, drowning out the confectioner's threats. Seeing the strength of the coalition, the confectioner's leader hesitated, realizing he was outnumbered. The unity of the community was undeniable, and he could not break their spirit. With a scowl, he turned and retreated, vowing to regroup. As he left, the crowd erupted in cheers for Jenna and the coalition. They had faced a challenge, but once. Again, their unity had triumphed. The ceremony continued, filled with laughter, music, and a renewed sense of purpose. Jenna felt a deep sense of gratitude for her friends and the community they had built. They had shown that through baking they could inspire change and create lasting bonds. In the months that followed, the Galactic Baking Coalition flourished. They organized more events, welcomed new bakers, and even began sharing their recipes with other planets. Jenna realized that their journey was just beginning, and with each cookie and cake they were making the galaxy a sweeter place. As she looked around at her friends, Jenna knew they had created something far more valuable than recipes. They had built a family, one that would continue to grow, inspire, and unite through the magic of baking. Together, they were unstoppable.